Good afternoon, this is Scott and welcome to the weekly trade report video. Today is October 8th, 2017. So taking a look at the Dow Jones Index, we can see the market remains in a strong uptrend. We've been green about 7 days in a row here. And if we take a look at the SPY, you can see, similar story there. Nice multi-green days in a row. Could be due for a rest, kind of like what you've seen back here before the next leg up. But right now, the market remains in a strong uptrend, strength across many sectors. IWM, similar story, just very, very strong uptrend going on. Still lots of good setups across the biotech sector, oil sector, and so forth. So just keep that in mind. Still in a long-term uptrend in the market. IBB remains strong, basically put in this bull flag type pattern, and we can see we finally broke out of that to the upside, kind of resting the last couple days, but still lots of biotechs making moves, lots of strength in the biotech sector. Home builders, we had some nice moves last week in Lennar Homes and D.R. Horton and so forth. So the home builders, the trigger to buy this was right through this high on this break at 39.50. It's up here at 40.49. Could be due for a little rest, but still in a strong uptrend. Energy sector, I think the energy sector has broken its long-term downtrend, and that was when it broke through this resistance right in this area right here. You can see there was a spot there, and then it finally broke that. So I think the energy sector is resting right now. A lot of the names have had some big runs, but they look like they're resting, pulling back, and it does look like they're going to continue higher after they rest for a little while because they have had such a big run. So we'll see how that works. But HOS is one that comes to mind that had a big run. It looks like it's putting in a bull flag pattern. Okay, so let's get into some of the individual names from the watch list from last week. So ENTL, nice break on that one. This is one that I traded and I sold way too soon, but I did make, I think I bought it at 18, sold it at 18.50 or something before I went on to trade something else. But this was a very nice move. If you were using the measured move, you'd look down here, the base of this pattern, so right around 16.50 to 18. They give you a $1.50 target from here. That would give you a 19.50 profit target, and it's already exceeded that. So nice move in ENTL. I didn't catch all of it, but it's been a nice mover. Looks a bit extended now. Could be due for a pullback. So Juno, this is one that I traded last week, and it didn't really. I had a small profit, but I held a little too long and gave it back, and then I cut it for break even. I do like the way this one's setting up. It's kind of setting a bull flag pattern and something like this. Maybe if it can put in a higher low and ramp back up towards 45, then maybe I'd be interested again. And but yeah, last week for me was kind of flat. I traded like BTU, had some profit, gave it back, trying to swing it, and they just didn't hold their gains. But this Juno still looks good, still setting up good. Just means a little more rest time maybe. I'll keep an eye on this one. If it gets back near 45, might jump back in that one. AGLE, this one's been a nice mover through this 5 spot. It's been a little choppy, but overall it's still holding above that 5 spot. I know one of the members has been trading in and out of that one, day trading it and so forth, doing pretty good at it. But so this one still looks pretty decent, this AGLE. ADTN had a nice spot there at 24, broke it, got to 24.50. Now it's kind of pulling back. It'd be interesting if this one could pull back to 24 and then bounce off that level. Might be worth a trade. Okay, OZM, fantastic breakout here. This was just a perfect setup, but I missed it. Kind of regretfully, because this one had a really big move on some volume. But this pattern leading into this day right here just looked fantastic. So this one, as it broke through that upper 320 spot, was your trigger, and you can see the big volume in there. So just a classic breakout. Huge move. Unfortunately, I did miss it, and this one just kind of flagging right now. Doesn't see anything really convincing for an entry on that one, but that was just a very nice move from last week's watch list. I believe it was on Monday. SGMO, nice bull flag break. You can see it broke out through this pattern through 15, had a nice run based on the measured move. You can see 13 to 15, right? So you add 2 to that, and that gives you a 17 target, and then that one went right to 17 before reversing. So, you know, that's just how you can kind of use the measured moves as a profit target based on the pattern depth. And this one, it looks like it could be pulling back towards 15. Might be worth an entry if it can pull back to that support level at 15 for an entry. DXC, another beautiful chart. Let's see. You can draw another trend line right there, right at that 86 spot. And if you take a look at this chart, you can see it's been resting, kind of flagging, and then right here, put in this nice little tightening pattern, a higher low, and then boom, nice breakout on volume through 86. So this is I think a $25 billion company, so that's actually a pretty good move for the company of that size. But you know, I announced it on Twitter intraday on Friday with 86 break, and it ran all the way to 87. So not a huge percentage, but a decent move. And so this one you'd be looking at based on this depth, which I would look at right around here. So 84 to 86, give you a $2 profit target. So this one, 88, would be a good target. First target on DXC. Okay, NEOS, this one, key level, let's see, right there around 9. Looks like it broke it. Now it's pulling back. So, but kind of a choppy looking chart, not the best looking setup. So I probably won't trade that one. Okay, AVEO, this one looks interesting. It kind of got rejected the first time through that 4 level. It looked like it was trying to break, and then now it's back below it. So it's still worth, I think, watching maybe this area right around 4. It's still kind of holding this kind of pattern here. So maybe it puts in another dip, a higher low, and then ramps back up near 4. But overall, this one just looks like it's consolidating, doing some volatility contraction before heading higher. But keep an eye on that AVEO. Okay, QURE, I showed this one. Basically had this break, pull back, and then the next important level was right there on the break of that, this recent high right there. And sure enough, it broke that and then kind of rested and kept going. So this has been a nice move on this QURE. I don't see anything good as an entry point at this point. You know, the entry would have been right there on this break of that pivot high, or the breakout through that right there. So let's clean this one up. Okay, so this edit key level there is right around 24. Looks like it broke, pulled back, held that, and another key level looks like, based on closing price alone, is right there. You can see it's held that. So edit overall looks pretty decent. I do think this one's going to go higher. Right now it's just kind of in a choppy mode, so I don't really see any key levels on the chart now, but it's still a decent looking chart. Okay, XPLR, this was a nice break. You can see this wedge pattern, and it's sure enough, I was talking on Twitter, I think this was going to hit 4 by the end of the week, and sure enough, it did hit 4, and actually exceeded that, but then it failed and pulled back. So if you traded that one, congrats. You know, you could have got a 350 to 4 move in a couple of days, and once it broke 4, the fact that it couldn't hold above 4 and then it failed would have been a trigger to get out of that. But nevertheless, nice wedge, nice move there. Don't see anything now. Maybe it sets back up for a 4 break, but nothing, you know, if we had to redraw this one, you know, you can maybe use this as kind of a key level up here at 4. But now it just looks like it got rejected, kind of back in the choppy mode again. So nothing there on XPLR. Okay, ARNA. So this one looks really, really good for Monday, guys. If you're looking for a trade, this one looks fantastic. It's based on the closing price. You can see it had this big gap up right through right to 26. Had a big intraday move, and then it closed right at 26. And since then, this was back in, what is that, 710. And so now it's been down, down, down. Started to come back up, and now it's trying to test that 26 level. It's right there at 26. And so if this one can break through 26, there's some volume in there, this one could be a very nice mover. I'd keep an eye on this one for Monday. It's a top setup. This ARNA for Monday looks really good through 26. Okay, BTU. I tried to trade this one on the 30 break and then it failed, so I had to cut my position. But this one, you know, this 30 area, it's a little bit choppy, but it's right around this 30, maybe just above 30 area. It's trying to break, and so, you know, this break it tried, but it didn't really have too much volume, and so it looks like it just faded back down. But maybe this needs to consolidate a little bit longer, and it looks like it's just kind of hanging in here between 29, right, this little range 29 and 30, and but I do think this one is just getting ready for a move through this, you know, 30 level, and then would move up through 31, maybe 32, something like that. So this one, I do like the way this one looks. This is a coal company, BTU. I think they went bankrupt a while back, and then now they're trading again. They got out of bankruptcy, but the chart is setting up, so I'll keep an eye on this BTU for an entry. Okay, ADAP had this level at 9, but it couldn't break, got rejected, and so now it's just kind of heading back near this 8 level. Looks like maybe that down here would be a support. So this is just a consolidation, kind of a flag type pattern. I wouldn't get involved in this one. You know, maybe if you want to trade a support bounce from here on 8, but look for a breakout. If you can get back near 9, somewhere through there, be a good entry. If you can break out of that flag type pattern. Okay, CYTK, key level there was right there through 15. You can see it's broke that. Now it's up near, kind of pulling back a little bit. But definitely a nice trade if you would have bought that through 15. I'm not seeing anything there now, but the 15 was a key spot on the CYTK. Okay, OMCL, very interesting looking chart. It's trying to break out through, actually it did break out through this 52 level, and now it's just kind of in this very, very tight range. You can see the intraday is very, very tight over the last 4 days, as it's holding just above the 52 spot. And the 52 spot was a key break based on the daily chart. You can see right there, the candle there, the wick tagged 52, and this one broke it but then faded back below it. I do like this OMCL. I think this one's going to go higher. I would use this level as the base, so 48 to 52 is a 4 point target. So if you're looking to trade this one, look for a 56 target on this OMCL. Okay, MTCH, this was a nice bull flag. Let's clean it up. Alright, basically you had this spot right there. 24. Right. Sideways choppy and then broke through 24 on some good volume, and it's just a normal flag breakout. And for a target, maybe use $1 based on the depth. But overall, that one still looks like it's going higher, that MTCH match. Okay, IDRA, nice breakout on that one. Here was the key kind of spot right there, and then you kind of had this, here was the pattern, right? Tested that, flagged out, and then broke through there on some good volume. So congrats if you caught that one. There's one I didn't catch, but it was on the top trade idea list. Okay, here's one, Rice. This is an energy name, got rejected at 29. Looked like it wanted to maybe break that, but then got rejected and it's kind of just rolling over. So nothing there now. I know I mentioned earlier this HOS, an energy name. You know, this one had a nice break way back here, broke out, and now it's just kind of flagging. So like I said, I think these energy names are just resting right now and before their next leg up. So we'll keep an eye on some of these energy names. HOS is one. I think this one could be, what I'm kind of seeing here is kind of this type of bull flag type pattern. It's kind of breaking out of that early right now. So we'll keep an eye on these energy names. Okay, CHGG, this Chegg, decent, still a decent looking chart, and I traded this one a couple times, tried to looked like it wanted to break through this um, resistance on this day, and I bought it and then closed it because it didn't hold, and then I bought it again, and I think I made 25-30 cents on this one, but it really wasn't moving the way I wanted it to, so I went ahead and cut it. So this is one I did trade, make a little bit on, but overall still kind of hanging out right there around the resistance level. So this one could be one to watch, maybe through 1550. If it perks back up through 1550, might be one to watch if it gets some momentum. Still a good looking daily chart though. HCLP had a decent chart. I was looking at this level here. Let's see, let me redraw that. Yeah, basically right there around 1050. So this one's back now, back towards kind of a support area right down here. So looks like this one, if this one can perk back up near 1050, I do think it could go higher. But we'll keep an eye on HCLP. Nothing now, unless you can trade a support bounce down here. Okay, GDS looks really good. Kind of setting up this pattern through this 12 area. So I'd keep an eye on this GDS. I think this one's going to go higher. I'd use like a 13 target based on this depth. But a nice bull flag forming there. Plug, a nice mover. Broke out through this 280 area. Now it's up near 3. One that I missed, but I think the chart was basically telling you it was ready to go higher. So I would have gotten this one to 280. Still looks pretty good. Maybe if you get a pullback near 280, be worth an entry before the next leg up. Okay, Neo was watching this one for a little flag break. Let's see. Basically this kind of area right in there, got some resistance right around 1120, 25 area. Be one to watch. If they can perk back near that area, be worth a watch for a break. Nothing now though. Okay, IMDZ, a biotech name. Here was the pattern, looking for 11 break. It faded, so don't see anything there now. Maybe if it gets back near 11, be worth a shot. See if we can get break through 11, but nothing there now. ZIOP, spot there at 660, got rejected, so nothing there now. Just wanted to monitor if it can perk back up. VG, still like to look at this VG. Watch this 850 spot on VG, got rejected, try to break it, rejected, pull back. So look if it can perk back near 850, break back through there, be worth a watch. This is a nice looking chart here. This VG through 850. Okay, MIME, really like this one. Hanging out right near the 30 spot. 30 is a key level on the daily, and just kind of sitting right there below that 30 spot. So this one, if it can get through 30, be worth a buy, especially if you get some heavy volume coming into it. Really like to look at that daily chart on MIME. Okay, FSNN, this is a top setup. I got a position in this one for a swing, and I'm looking for this one to get to 3, maybe even back to 325 or 350, best case scenario. But here was the pattern. You get this kind of wedge, right? And you can see kind of broke, put a low in, put a lower low, lower high, and then right here put in a higher low, and then broke through this 275. So that tells me this thing could be ready to kind of ramp back up. So we'll see how it goes. I like it for at least 3, and then maybe even 325 or better. So we'll see how it acts. But I really like that one for Monday, FSNN. And I currently have a position at 282, and I think it closed at 284. So slight profit at the moment. But we'll see how that one works as a swing. CBAY really setting up nicely, and basically this $8 level got rejected back there, tested it, kind of fell back below it. Now it's back near 8. So this one a little bit choppy, but I still like this daily chart on this CBAY. I think this one's going higher. Looks really good. ETE, an energy name, perking up near a key level at the S18. I'd watch that one through 18. A lot of resistance there, but if it can break through 18, it'd be worth a trade. And use kind of this low here, 17 to 18. So I'd give you a 19 target, first target on that one. AXSM, this was a bio name, had a spot at 6 based on the daily. You can see that one had a nice push through there. Intraday kind of gave most of it back. Still a decent looking chart. But not seeing anything there now. But if you'd have got this near 6, it was a nice day trade there. Okay, BLDP. So this, you can see here, this was kind of the pattern I was looking at, and it did break through 5, and then it faded back and gave it all back, right? So, but look at what happened. Let me see. Let's remove trend lines. So take a look at what happened. It ran right back up through 5, right? So if we kind of use this resistance area there and kind of redraw this, something like that. I do like this BLDP. I think it looks really, really good. And based on this, 450 to 5. I think this one can go 550. That's a conservative, and maybe even 6. But this BLDP is setting up for higher prices. Very nice looking chart, very bullish BLDP. Okay, HIMX, still really like this name. Had a nice push on Friday. And let's see here, let me remove that one. Trend line drawer. If we draw this one right there at 1150, you can see how it got rejected once, twice, pulled all the way back, hit it again, and then what it did is it put in a higher low. See that right there? So I put in that higher low. Right, so this one is trying to break through that 1150 spot. I think if you get in on this one, use Friday's low as your stop out and hold this one. I think you're going to get 1150 test again, and then probably a break of 1150 in the coming week or so. So really like that HIMX. Okay, SOHU, it's a not a Canadian, a Chinese name, setting up for a break after this long consolidation. Look for a 58 break, maybe push to 60. Okay, BSX, this is a healthcare name, testing this 2950 spot, tested it once, pulled back, and now it's back up there again. So kind of a bull flag pattern. Look for a 2950 break on BSX. Okay, and last up is Crocs. So Crocs, I traded this one a couple times in the last 2 weeks, and it just didn't seem to get that break through this area here the way I wanted to, or the momentum. But it looks like what's happening now is it broke, and now it's just kind of sideways consolidation, which is generally what it looks like to me. Is it's kind of absorbing the sellers from that bought back here and back here. They're trying to get out and break even, and so as those sellers dry up, I think this one's going to finally move through that area. And so the area is right kind of like that. So watch this one for a move, maybe through 975, 980 spot. I think this one's going to move. It's setting up for higher prices, was what it looks like on Crocs. And so that's all I got, guys. BLDP, FSNN, BTU, and the other ones I mentioned, top setups, ARNA. Yeah, those are all A+ setups for Monday. So, all right, you guys have a good Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.